Hello Disney friends, my name is Kaylee and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to episode 3 of the new Disney Plus series WandaVision, and this episode is called Now in Color. So this reaction obviously is going to have spoilers. If you have not seen episode 1 and 2 of WandaVision, you can check that out on Disney Plus, or you guys can check out my reactions to the first 2 episodes in the description box down below. So really quickly, I'd like to give you guys a disclaimer again saying that I have not seen any of the Marvel related to this series, so I might not know some things that you guys know if you have seen every single movie of Marvel. So I asked to kind of keep the comment section spoiler free for people like me who just don't want to know. I did get some questions and comments about it last time when I posted the episode 1 and 2 reaction. I will be watching all of the Marvel movies, do not worry. I'm actually planning to start reacting to all the Marvel movies right after I finish WandaVision, so if you guys are interested in that too, let me know down below. Make sure to subscribe for more WandaVision reactions and more Disney related reactions. Okay, so I didn't catch it last episode, but Geraldine says that she doesn't know what she's doing here, so she is kind of confused about everything as well. You know, we know that Wanda's confused and Geraldine seems like she's confused too. So for the last reaction I posted, I did receive a comment and they told me that each episode is going to be like a century themed. So like we got the 50s and 60s in the last 2 episodes, and this episode is obviously 70s themed. So I think that's super interesting. And it also kind of, I think, tells us when we're going to get back to like normal time, I guess, or like our time period, since we're in the 70s. So I imagine we're going to have at least 2 or 3 more episodes where we're like time jumping before we get anywhere near like a normal Marvel timeline. I really am liking this intro. It kind of does remind me of the Brady Bunch intro, like the way that the little boxes are. I can't get over his hair and his glasses. It is just so odd seeing him with like longer hair, because we've been seeing him with short hair. I know she probably hasn't changed that much, but Agnes looks a lot better in color. Oh yeah, the blatant sexism. They had to throw that in there to make it authentic. Nerves of steel. Oh, she's so happy, and I love that, but I'm also kind of like sad because I don't think it's gonna last very long. Probably not even this entire episode. Okay, Herb is acting a little bit odd. He's like cutting the brick fence instead of the bushes, but he's acting super odd as Vision is like kind of joking with him about it. He just kind of keeps going. It's something going on there. Oh, I'm really liking Vision this episode. I know last episode I kind of said that he was getting on my nerves a little bit, the way he was acting during the magic show, but his little goofy humor this episode is definitely making up for it. How sweet. Oh. My question is like how different is their characters in this, because it's like a decade piece versus like their normal characters. He's honestly the best in this episode. Oh, I love that they kind of had that little superhero pose. I think that was very intentional. They look like superheroes in that moment. He is smart. He's kind of caught on to what's going on here. I'm kind of confused though. I don't know what just happened. Like he figured out something was going on, but then they didn't really rewind, but they just kind of restarted him like from before he mentioned something was up. So I don't know what's going on there. I do like how they're like really playing all the tropes that were in like sitcoms of that period. Like a lot of times, not even just that period, but they always have like the man having like the sympathetic pregnancy symptoms. So I like that they played on that. Okay, so this commercial makes me think that we're in Wanda's brain. Like she's in her own brain and they gave her something and she's like in her subconscious, I guess, and like this is just like a made up like brain fog kind of thing. It's kind of like her dreamscape, I guess, like that's the word I would use to describe it. So I don't know if that's what's going on, but that's kind of like what I've gathered if you read into the commercials, which I'm trying to do. Whoa, I didn't know he could move so fast. That's a new power I don't remember seeing the last 2 episodes. I like that they're like doing all the ways that you can hide a pregnancy and like all the sitcom you know, try like the coat and the plant and like flower, like all the different ways. I think that's funny. Is that a stork? What? Well, she couldn't spell the stork away, so it must, I don't know, it must be there for a purpose. I know it's like to bring babies, but I don't think it's that purpose. The stork is trying to get the fish on her pants, and that is so funny. And she's not even aware. Aw, they were right about it being a boy. They're so happy, and I'm happy that they're happy. It's so sweet. Aw, he came around to the name Tommy. I love that for them. Well, they have both Tommy and Billy now. Blink twice if you need help, doctor. He seems like he's trapped there too. Herb and Agnes both are acting funny now. Herb was acting funny earlier. Now Agnes is over there acting funny. And it's kind of creeping me out because I don't want them to be bad, but they're acting super odd about Geraldine. Wanda seems like she's remembering more this last episode than she has been the previous 2 episodes. Okay, so it looked like her singing like brought some of Geraldine's memories back. Maybe Geraldine is like Wanda's friend from outside the dreamscape, and she's like come into the dreamscape and she's trying to like save Wanda now. And maybe like, I don't know. We'll get into theories later, but I'm thinking she's a good person and she's like in try to save Wanda. Her necklace is interesting and we kind of highlighted on it, so I'm thinking it must mean something. Kind of looks like a sword, maybe? Okay, so they just said that she does not live in the neighborhood. So that kind of supports my theory that she wasn't originally part of like this dreamscape thing and she just kind of plopped herself in there. So Herb just said that they're all trapped. So that's kind of making me feel like maybe it's not just Wanda's dreamscape and maybe it's something like bigger and they're all kind of trapped in this dreamscape world, like all of them. I feel like they're definitely trapped in their heads. I don't think they're like actually like gone anywhere, but maybe I'm wrong. What I will say is now I can say that I don't have bad feelings about Agnes or about Herb anymore, so I feel like I'm happy with that. I'm happy that I don't feel like they're gonna be bad guys. I could still be wrong. I don't know why, but like with this music and with the way that Wanda looks, it almost literally looks like Wanda just like got rid of Geraldine. She's acting very sketchy. Okay, so the screen is moving kind of like wider now, and I don't know, was that something that happened in the late 70s? Are we going to the 80s? Are we going back to like the ending? I don't know. It looks like we're going back at least the 80s or maybe later. Okay, so Geraldine got pushed back through the portal, and she's still in Westview, but it doesn't look like 70s Westview, and it's nighttime. Yeah, I definitely don't think she's in the dreamscape anymore. Okay, so it's not a dreamscape like I thought. It's like a tangible place, and I'm assuming they're all being controlled because Geraldine was able to come out. So it's not in their heads. I just read too much into that commercial, I guess. I love that Daydream Believer is the end song for this episode because I feel like that is the perfect song. Not only with the title literally, but also like the lyric, this is, oh, what can it mean? Like, I just think that's the perfect song to end this episode. All right, so that was it of episode 3 of WandaVision, and honestly, I really did like it. Like I said, I feel like it picked up a little bit more at this episode. I think partly because early on of the humor, that just was really good. Also, it just was more fast-paced. We had a little bit more action going on, a little bit more weird things going on. I feel like this was a really good episode though because it kind of introduced us to some of the outside players. Like we kind of get to see it looked like a military base. We know that it's not really like a dreamscape and they're being kind of controlled in this tangible area that I think is kind of, it reminds me of like the Hunger Games or something like that, like where they're in like this little force field area and they don't realize they're in like a little bubble dome. So we kind of know what we're dealing with a little bit more at the end of this episode. Overall, I think I'd give the episode a 9 out of 10, which is higher than I would have given either of the previous 2 episodes, and I definitely am interested in the series a lot more now. Like, this episode pulled me in. I think that they did a good thing by releasing episodes 1 and 2 together because I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like those were just slower episodes, and rewatching, I think it's going to be way better, but like, I think releasing those 2 together and then this one by itself was a great idea because episode 3 definitely picked it up. And if you kind of were like me and just weren't really sure after episode 1 and 2, episode 3 I think will definitely change your mind about this series. So I have a lot more to say and a lot more thoughts on this series. I'm actually going to be releasing a second video today, either with this video or in a few hours, depending on editing. I'm going to try to get this video up as quickly as I can. But I will be releasing a second video that is going to be talking about my theories based on what we have seen for the first 3 episodes. And again, remember, I haven't seen any Marvel, so like some of the things might go over my head, but from what I've understood from the comments I've received from people, even Marvel fans do not know everything about this series, which is kind of nice that like I'm not completely in the dark and just completely missing things. But I really did try to pay attention, and I have some very good, interesting theories. If you guys are interested in that, I will leave a link to it down below if it is already out, and if not, you guys can check back in a few hours because I will be posting it tonight. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please make sure to do so. I'm going to be reacting to WandaVision every single week, and I'll probably be doing kind of theory videos as I feel like they're needed, but I felt like today I really wanted to put one out because we've had the first 3 episodes and there's just a lot of juicy stuff coming out. So I wanted to put out a theories video. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of episode 3 of WandaVision. I love hearing you guys talk about what your thoughts were for each episode and interacting with you guys. It's so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a magical day, and I'll see you real soon.